everybody, and welcome back to Airplane Mode. Today, guys, we will once again be flying in the JRollon CRJ-200 with the added Blue Sky Star sound pack, which you can pick up at the xplane.org store for $20. It is highly worth it, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who is looking for a realistic sound pack that you can add to your CRJ-200. With that being said, guys, today we are flying as United Airlines Flight 1942 with non-stop service from Burbank all the way up to San Luis Obispo. The flight time should be about 41 minutes, and we are heavily loaded with 43 passengers and a cruising altitude of 10,000 feet. With all that being said, guys, everything has been set up and the FMC has been programmed so we can hop into the flight deck, check out the FMC, and be on our way. Alright, you guys, now that we are done here at our FMC, you can see that we are obviously departing out of Burbank and arriving at San Luis Obispo. Here, moving to our departure and arrival index, you can see here that we are departing out of runway 15, and we are departing on the VNY2 departure with the FIM transition, and we are arriving here on runway 29, and we are doing GPS with this as ILS is not available for this runway. There's no transition that was said in the flight plan for this, so we're just going to go ahead and ignore that. Moving here to our legs page, I don't know what the deal is with these altitudes. I tried plugging them in with the speed, I did everything correctly, but nothing would load in, so we're just going to go ahead and deal with that. Obviously here, it's not very long of a flight plan, but it will, as I said yesterday, it will always get the job done, and even though it is the default one, it will still do everything that it needs to function properly. With that, guys, the FMC has been set up, so we're going to go ahead, jump back to the chair, and continue with some of our before start checklists. Alright, guys, so to start everything off, we're going to go ahead and clear out ground handling because we do not want to leave those guys hanging while we are starting our pushback, so we can go ahead hide all of those guys. With that, we're going to go ahead and start our clear to start checklist, so we're going to go ahead and start off by calling for our pushback truck.
Tow is driving up.
Alright, so the tow is going to drive up, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and just continue our checklist. So our APU and AC electrics are set, APU is on for push and start. Our papers are on board, takeoff data has been set. Doors, we can go ahead and close those right now. So you can head back here. I never opened the flight deck door because why even? Alright, so now that we are back here, we're going to go ahead and pretty much everything's set. Our fuel pumps are good. We're going to go ahead and turn our beacon on right when we start our pushback because that activates the little safety announcement, and we missed that yesterday because I turned it on when the checklist said to, and that was a bit of an issue. With that, we're going to go ahead and turn all of our hydraulic pumps on, and we're going to turn our packs off for our actual engine start. And with that, we're going to prepare for engine start by arming our ignition.
Hatches are closed, ready to connect.
He's going to connect. Everything is set up for our pushback, so I will see you guys when we are ready to go. Alright, guys, so he is all set up, and we are going to go ahead, release our parking brake so he can push us back. See, this is the little bug that I was talking about yesterday. I still don't really know what the deal is, but something's wrong. There we go. So now he's just elevating us. That is totally normal. That happens every time that we use a better pushback, and that is totally perfect and is going great. So we're going to go ahead and push back very shortly here.
Pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, he's going to push us back, and we're going to go ahead and start our engines here. Alright, now we can go ahead and turn on our, not strobe light, our beacon light there. I'm telling you guys, this is a little bit annoying. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just ignore that and start engine 2. So, start that. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, introduce fuel. You already hear the engine sounds. So I'm just going to skip this part and wait until we are ready to start engine 1. Alright, guys, engine 2 has started up and we are ready to start engine 1. You guys can just go ahead and listen to this safety announcement as I start. So we're going to go ahead and start engine 1. Wait for 20% and we'll go ahead and start up our engine. There we go, there's 20%. Go ahead, introduce fuel to that guy, and we'll wait until engine 1 has started up. Alright, guys, our tug is disconnecting at this time, so we're going to go ahead and start up our after start checklist. So to start things off, we're going to go ahead and turn both of our generators on just like so. AP generator can come off. All these guys can come off. Leads, all of that. Alright, we're going to just go ahead and turn our packs back on. With that, we're going to go ahead and test our flight controls. Full back, full forward, full left, full right, and full right and full left. That all looks good. We're going to go ahead and set our flaps to flaps 20. We are not arming our thrust reversers. Obviously, if you guys saw the last video, which will be in the description, and also a little thing should be popping up at the top, you will know that our thrust reversers did not treat us very kindly as we departed. With that though, everything is set up. Pretty much our FMS and IRSs are all aligned and everything should be good. So we're going to go ahead, release our parking brake, and taxi on to runway 15. Alright, you guys, we have made it to the whole short line of runway 15, so we're going to go ahead and start our... Oh, shoot. There we go. We're going to start our before takeoff checklist. So we're going to start off. Landing lights can come on, of course. As I said yesterday, being the unrealistic pilot that I am, I forgot my taxi lights. That's no big deal. We can see totally fine. We're going to go ahead and turn on our strobe lights. He's going to ding flight attendants. There we go. Alright. Everything is good there. Air and packs are set for departure. Everything is looking good. So with that, we're going to go ahead, release our parking brake, and taxi on to the active runway. Alright, we're going to try and be as careful as we possibly can because we definitely don't want to overshoot this runway. Runways at Burbank are definitely not the longest. As I said, we are departing out of runway 15, and runway 15 as well as runway 33, which is at the other end, are the longest runways here. However, they are still not the longest runways in the world, so we're going to go ahead, stop, build up a little bit of power, and then release our toe brake. So we're going to go ahead, start off, stabilize our engines, about 45% right there, and we'll go ahead and go max power. Actually, we'll bring it back a little bit because we don't want to overspeed the engines. There we go. Try to stay lined up. Last time I didn't stay that lined up, but that's alright. Alright, 80 knots has been crossed. We're looking for about 125 knots for our rotation speed. Alright, that's about good. Go ahead and rotate out of Burbank. Alright, we'll say it's positive rate. We'll go gear up right there. Try to stay relatively lined up to the runway. And immediately begin our right-hand turn towards the flight plan. We're going to go ahead. And our autopilot is still telling us to go the other way. That's a little bit annoying. Alright, you know what? That's ridiculous. There we go. We're just going to go ahead and follow the flight plan. Or sorry, let the autopilot do its thing. Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard of a climb. Yeah, there we go. Everything's alright now. We're going to go ahead and put our flaps up. Let the autopilot do its job. And meanwhile, you can see I did install orthos for this area of California because I usually fly out of Burbank a lot. If you did see the poll that I posted in my last video, you will see that you can select between either me flying between, I believe it was Tucson to Phoenix, or what was it, Seattle to Burbank, or Burbank to Seattle, one of the two. Alright, there we go. Let's engage nav. There we go. Alright, now we are actually getting onto the flight plan. I don't know what happened there. After landing checklist, APU is already off, transponder is standby/off. We never use our transponder because we never fly with ATC, haha. Flaps are up, lights and strobes are as required. Probes, I don't even know where those are, guys. Again, if you know where they are, please let me know in the comment section below. And bleeds are set. Well, they're not really on, and they don't really need to be on. With that, we're going to go ahead and drop our speed a little bit, and we are out of Burbank, guys. Guys, I'm truly telling you, something goes wrong every time I fly in this plane. Last video, it was the approach and landing that we actually had issues with. And this one, I don't know if you guys were that observant in this matter, but guys, I read the after landing checklist. How bright am I? Wink, wink. Seriously, guys, that was a little bit ridiculous. I already just went through my climb check. Everything is alright. But still, that is the type of thing that can get you fired. So don't make those little mistakes if you do ever become a pilot. We're pretty much at 10,000 feet, however, well, I guess not. We're at like 8,600 feet, so I will see you guys when we reach 10,000 feet, and I will go ahead and go over the 10,000 feet checklist. Actually, no, there's nothing for that. All we have to do is really turn our landing lights off and our strobe lights off. We're going to go ahead and increase our speed a little bit so we are not at 240 knots for our entire flight. That would be a little bit ridiculous. We're going to keep it at about 280 knots as we did last flight, and everything should be good. Alright, we're crossing through 9,500 feet right there, so we're going to go ahead and just do our stuff right now so we don't have to worry about it. Or actually, we'll leave our strobes on. You're literally kidding. So See guys, this is what I'm talking about. There are some bugs in this, like, seriously. Alright, well, once again guys, we're going to ignore this guy because he's extremely annoying at the moment. And with that guys, I will see you once we reach our top of descent. Alright guys, just a little bit of an update. I literally just made the part where I made it to cruise. I just wanted to let you guys know we might have to climb a little bit because even though from the outside, as you can see here, it looks alright. Like, yeah, it looks like we can clear those mountains. However, I am a little bit nervous. I am flying at 10,000 feet because that's what the real world flight was doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and trust it. However, if we need to climb 5,000 feet, I will definitely be doing that. And I will take you guys with me in that little scenario. So with that guys, once again, we are at cruise. And I will see you guys when we reach top of descent or if we need to end up climbing these mountains. Alright guys, we are going to go ahead and start our descent. We did not need to do anything with those mountains, so we were okay there. So to go ahead and start our descent, we're going to go ahead and bring our altitude down to about 4,000 feet. Yeah, we'll go ahead down to exactly 4,000 feet. Only because with these mountains here, I know Sandler's Obispo is somewhere like right ahead of us, and I don't know what the deal is with those mountains. I definitely don't want to crash into one of those. That happened to me before flying into this airport. Nonetheless, we are going to go ahead and start a descent. We're going to go ahead and go down at about 2,000 feet per minute. That should be alright. So starting our in-range checklist, that's just what I consider my descent checklist. So pressurization has been set. Fuel is okay for everything. Our altimeter is a 29907. I already checked on my meter source. So 299er. Oh shoot, that's the nav source. Never mind. Alright, so 29907 right there. Everything is okay there. Our radar has been set, so just in case of any weather. Unfortunately, it does not show our terrain, which is a little bit of an issue, but that's alright. Landing data has been set, and approach briefing is complete. Also, we have crossed through 10,000 feet. We're going to go ahead and reduce our speed a little bit, because we're going way too fast. Airfume bleeds, we're not even going to touch those until we touch down, as we did last video. Anti-ice is not required. Lights and passenger signs, so we can go ahead and turn our landing lights on there. Passenger signs, I never turn them off. Altimeter is as required. And with that guys, we're just going to go ahead and continue descending. I'll alert you guys if anything eventful happens, but if not, then I'll see you guys when we get closer to the airport. Alright guys, as you can see, we have hit a little bit of turbulence. That should be okay. From the wing view, yeah, the wing is definitely shaking. Anyway, what I came here to say is that I'm going to go ahead and cap our altitude right, yeah, there we go, right here. Oh shoot. Yeah, there we go. Right at 6,000 feet, that should be okay. Only because at the moment, I really don't want to go plummeting into the mountains. As I already said, I have done that before, and that was not a pleasant experience. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. We have pretty much a direct headwind, which is not very pleasant at all. However, we are making it to the airport. As you can see on the map here, here's the airport right here. So we're going to need to... Actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and continue descending, but... Since this is runway 11, runway 29 is right here, so there's no ILS for that. We're just going to have to go ahead and wing it, but I'm going to go ahead and start lining up for that. So we're going to take this guy off of nav mode, set it to heading mode, and kind of just try to turn our way over to the airport a little bit. Hopefully we can line ourselves up nicely. With that, I am going to just go ahead and continue my descent because I don't want to miss the airport, even though I don't want to overshoot, or sorry, I don't want to hit the mountains, so... Right there, that should be okay. We'll just go ahead and descend a little bit. Not that much, hopefully that will do the job. That will do what it needs to. Actually, a good way to do this, I don't know if this is realistic or not, probably not, but as you can see here, we'll make it to 0 feet right when we make it about to there, actually about here. So we're going to go ahead and just bring this guy up just the slightest bit. And with that, right when we turn on to the final approach here, we should be okay. So yeah, you know what, we'll just bring it down one more notch. And with that, you guys, I will see you guys when we get a little bit closer to the airport. Alright guys, we're getting a little bit risky here as we keep descending, so I believe the airport is just right over that mountain. We definitely don't want to go plummeting into those guys, so we're going to go ahead and go up a little bit here, kind of chill out on our descent a little bit. What should that be? 0.6, we'll just go 0.5. Hopefully that does a little bit of help to our little issue that we might be having. Hopefully everything goes smooth for the rest of the landing. I'm definitely praying that that is the case, because I do not want to do a go-around. Even though it's United, I don't want to do a go-arounds because those guys are always a pain in the neck to do. Yeah, we should be crossing over this mountain pretty well. Hopefully we do alright with that. As you can see, the airport is only 13 nautical miles away. Alright, we're going to go ahead and yeah, we're going to go ahead and start our final turn towards the airport. I honestly have no stinking idea where it is at this point. I thought it was over those mountains, but I'm kind of proven wrong here. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead, because as you can see right here, we're at 1,000. Yeah, we're that high right now. Hopefully that's not an issue. I was misled by that, but that's obviously all the work of the altimeter. So, yeah. So, it looks like, no, so I was right. Yep, there's the airport right there. And there's runway 29, I believe. Yeah, that's runway 29 right there. Should be at least. And so we're just going to go ahead, turn a little bit, try to maneuver over around these mountains. So we're going to move our heading a little bit over, just so we can go ahead and get us a nice clean lineup. Everything is looking alright for our altitude. I'm not really concerned about anything there. And with that, guys, we are pretty much set. Our before landing checklist is just a matter of flaps, landing gear, thrust reversers. We're not going to touch those. We have learned from experience. There we go. There's our callouts. I did manage to fix that, so everything is alright. With that, guys, I will see you guys when we arrive. Well, not arrive, but when we get a little bit closer to the airport, so you can see how we do for our landing. Alright, guys, we're going to go ahead and make our final approach turn here. So far, our approach has gone smoother than it did last video, that's for sure. So, I'm telling you, it's Portland, guys. If you don't want a good approach, then don't land at Portland. Not messing. Everything should be alright with you guys. It's just my luck, of course. So, looks like we're a little bit, yeah, we are too low. So, we're going to go ahead, cap our altitude off here, and just kind of wait a little bit. Hopefully, yeah, this is a little bit tricky, only because I'm kind of stuck here. That kind of hard to maneuver with just your heading. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead, release my autopilot, everything here, just undo all of that. Oh my gosh. Alright, whatever. There we go. I'm going to drop my gear. I'm going to go flaps to their flaps 20 position. We are too high right now. That's pretty easy to fix. We just need to go ahead and drop our altitude a little bit here. Not that much, but just a little bit. There we go. We're on the glide slope. We're pretty lined up. I'd say we're in for a successful landing here. It is still pretty turbulent. Hopefully we don't have, yeah, we still have a little bit of a headwind. Hopefully we don't have any crosswind. No, we shouldn't have any crosswinds. Hopefully we have a pretty smooth landing, and hopefully everything is alright. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pull our third notch of flaps here. And we'll just go ahead and pull our fourth notch of flaps now. Alright, we'll drop our speed just a little bit here. We're still doing alright. I'm not very concerned for our landing. Hopefully everything is alright though. Alright, now we're about to get a little bit too high. I'm kind of seeing that right now. Alright, let's try to make this smooth, you guys. 140 speed looks good. Hopefully everything is alright. 50.
40, 30.
Idle our thrust.
10.
Alright guys, we're just gonna go ahead, hold the nose up a little bit here. Ooh, oh, come on. Definitely not ideal, but reversers out. Alright, we'll go manual braking. See, this is why I did what I did with my thrust reversers last time. Something always happens with these guys, I'm telling you. Alright guys, I'm so sorry about that. I'm telling you, this is really ridiculous. Okay, so what I did, I'll just show you guys, because this is the fix that I learned from the forums. So here we go. There's my throttles right there. You just need to make sure. Oh, see, that's not right there. So you just need to make sure that these are on toggle thrust reversers, not hold reversers. And so that should be everything solved. So now everything works all right. And with that little unrealistic piece of garbage there, we're gonna go ahead. I don't know really where we're supposed to park here. So just gonna look around. Okay, so it looks like we're back there. So we're just gonna go ahead and clean up the airplane. Flaps can come up. I, again, don't think that our speed brakes came up, but whatever, that's alright. Strobe lights can come off. This time we'll actually want to hear exactly. There we go, finally. He's right on par. Alright, if you can start up. Wait for that guy. Lights and strobes. That's right, so we can turn landing lights off. This guy can all go on. I'm not going to turn these guys off yet. But when we make it to the ramp, we will go ahead and shut those guys off. Everything is set, so I will see you guys when we make it to the ramp.
Stand up or remove any carry-on items to obtain your cell phone. If any of you are making a connection here, just proceed into the terminal and check the monitor for your connecting flight and gate number. Folks, it has been a pleasure sharing part of our day with you. We know that you have many...
Alright guys, we are approaching our gate here. That landing was definitely not the prettiest, however, it was definitely not the worst. Yesterday's was the worst landing that I think I've ever done in the CRJ. I made it down to 16 feet per minute one time, and that was definitely my best landing, I think, in X-Plane history, for me at least. I don't know if I already told you, but I did start up the APU. We're gonna go ahead and take this taxiway right here, just so we're not that close to that guy right there. Not that that would be an issue, but we'll just go ahead and have our own little personal space. Make this sharp turn right here. Try to make a successful lineup. Of course, there's no marshaller, but that's alright, because even if there was a marshaller, I wouldn't be able to read the CRJ-200, which is something that I really want AutoGate to fix. There we go. Stop right here. Ooh, that was a pretty bad parking job, not gonna lie. We're gonna set our parking brake here. Engines can go ahead and shut down. Passenger signs, seatbelts can come off at least. That should be good. With that, fuel pumps, again, we never touched. All these guys can come off. Recognition taxi lights can come off. That should be good. Seatbelt signs we already shut off. Let's see what else is there. 3A. Yeah, we can go ahead and shut these guys all off. Like so. Hydraulic pump 3A can stay on, and all these lights are off. With that, we're just going to go ahead and leave it at this so we don't do the entire shutdown checklist like we did yesterday, and everything. Now everything should be alright. Alright guys, with that, we have made it to San Luis Obispo in one piece. I'd say for the most part, everything was successful and everything went smoothly except for that landing. Anyway guys, total flight time for today's flight was 33 minutes. Guys, I definitely hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button down below and hit that subscribe button if you're new, as well as that bell icon down below so you never miss a beat on this Airplane Mode YouTube channel. Once again guys, I really encourage you to hit that subscribe button if you are new, because we are really close to 100 subscribers and I'm super excited to get that. So once again guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.